Glitzy cutlery, parched tablecloths, hushed rooms, liveried service, classy ambience, elements of a fine dine restaurant. A large number of them within luxury hotels, like the Taj Mahal's Zodiac Grill or the Leela's Le Cirque. We've also seen Mekong come up at the Palladium Hotel last year. The restaurant industry in India is worth $48 billion currently. By 2018, it is expected to grow to $78 billion at 11% CAGR. Of this, the fine dine market is estimated at $95 million. With approximately 50 players in the business, it is poised to grow to $195 million by 2018 at a CAGR of 15%. But the segment that's growing much faster is the premium, the chic dining space, at a CAGR of 18%, set to grow from $760 million to $1,740 million by 2018. That growth has forced at least the standalone fine dine restaurants like Hakasa that set up shop in Mumbai in 2011 to look long and hard at their menu and their prices. Or like Ellipsis in South Mumbai that now banks heavily on its Sunday brunch, all in a bid to attract the value-conscious Indian customer.
Fine dining is something which is not so ingrained in our culture. So the first part of the battle is getting someone accustomed to the experience. The second part of the battle is actually the food. If you talk about having French cuisine or you talk about having something which is different, you're not necessarily talking to everyone, that wide an audience, which appreciates that.
The demand right now is so much in the youth sector. Today we've got a lot more young people who've gone abroad, studied and come back. Now they've been exposed to all that over there. So as a continuity of the same lifestyle, they're very happy. So they identify with this.
A lot of people have taken a call that is a very good spot to be, where you are not as expensive as a 5-star, but you provide the similar type of service and food.
Meet Imran Sethi, Sahil Timbadia and Sumit Gambhir, the newer faces of Mumbai's culinary scene. Each of them with their partners is the brain behind Mumbai's new range of concept dining spaces. Are they then the ones softly killing Mumbai's fine dining space?
Statistics will show that it's these casual diners which are really coming up and opening. They're smaller, they might be 40 covers.
Casual chic in service and in ambience, snug and homely. And with a considered quirk, chandeliers with naked bulbs, metal racks holding mismatched vintage-looking knickknacks, floral upholstery, exposed brick walls, chalk drawings and typography with fun one-liners. The menu, largely European, evokes fresh flavors like the grilled shrimp rubbed with sun-dried tomatoes or the bacon-wrapped dates. Following your heart and creating newer concepts and dining experiences seems to be the theme in the restaurant business. I am sitting with Imran Sethi of Tertulia, who's seen roaring success in Pune and has now finally come to Bombay. Imran, for one, wanted to be a DJ. He also pursued the management side of things, and now finally he is in the restaurant business for the past 6 years. We've seen a spurt of these new casual dining kind of concept restaurants come up, which are giving the fine dine space tough competition. What do you think is causing this shift?
It's non-intimidating. It's about being comfortable in your own skin. It's about being who you are. Like people can come dressed up, some people can dress down, and still everybody fits in together. I feel generally people are traveling so much more today. They're seeing things around the world, and when they come back to India and they feel that, wow, what if there was a place like I went to in my last holiday and you can make that here. So I think everyone's is aspirational, everyone wants to do more, do new things, they want to bring new concepts back to India.
That's the thought that excites Sahil and his partners Neville and Anoop. the band of boys who run rooftop resto bar, Bonobo in Mumbai's Bandra since 2008. 4 years down, the boys have created this, the Jam Jar Diner in Mumbai's suburb Versova. From Bonobo's wild jungle theme to Jam Jar's grandma's living room setup, both are distinctly different, even in their menus. Now in 2014, the boys have this, Cafe Nemo. Tucked away in a fisherman's colony here in Worli, this isn't quite the spot where you'd come hang out with friends over drinks, and a fine dine restaurant for sure is never going to step into such a space. But that really is the idea that young restaurateurs are bringing to the culinary scene here in Mumbai, where they spot a location and convert it into an entirely new concept restaurant. Clearly, theirs is an appetite for risk, but it's measured risk. Just like Tertulia, located in Shivaji Park, has taken on the challenge of converting a non-hangout spot into a happening one for restaurant junkies. With Cafe Nemo, the partners have a retreat in the middle of a veritable village. Each room at Nemo has a different vibe and decor. Though casual dining, it's the cafe feel that plays strong here.
This place also has a unique history. Each room used to be given to a Sindhi family after partition, and we didn't really change a large part of it. We wanted to do a quick turnover and start.
Each of the rooms share the monochromatic theme, with artsy walls, the Mumbai map hand-drawn on the bar counter, and lots of greenery. On the menu, a whole mix of cuisines.
The thing we focused on was on the food and the lack of any particular cuisine per se. This formula works for us. We want to shy away from being too serious.
And that rules out fine dining, because it is serious. Besides, the costs are higher, innovation is lesser, and business is restricted only to weekends.
On a day-to-day basis, very few people will actually appreciate going to a place which is quiet. The only takeaways from your experience are the food and the service. You don't really have contemporary music playing, or you don't have sort of a young vibe to it. I think that's what people in Bombay really look forward to nowadays.
And hence the choice is clear for young restaurateurs. Consider investments. A casual chic diner would take about half as much to set up than a fine dine restaurant, and reaching break-even would take about half the time. The phenomenon is taking over further down the south of Mumbai as well. Say hello to the pantry. This one run by three partners, Pankil, Sumit and Abhishek, who form Neighbourhood Hospitality, already the proud owners of the bustling gastropub Woodside Inn in neighbouring Colaba. The pantry does look like it just got imported from an old French colony. The high-beamed ceilings, pastel shades, kettles spread across, vintage utensils and glass jars. All invoke the homely kitchen feel. Post Woodside's gushing vibe, the pantry is a stark change. It doesn't have a bar to start with, it uses fresh and local produce for the food, and it's their first attempt at baking too. Oh, and the free Wi-Fi sets the mood going for those scouting for a place to work out of.
We love the neighborhood we're located in, and we believe we want to spend a little more time on the concept, try and see where we can learn a little more from our guests. We spend a lot of time at the pantry as well, speaking to guests, getting feedback from them, and we believe it's still at a nascent stage.
Clearly, these guys are explorers, almost always serial entrepreneurs, and they are keen not to repeat mistakes that have marked the end of many other restaurant chains. Connecting with customers, maintaining affordable price points, keeping menus on the churn are factors that keep them in business.
I see chic casual dining really being the, for lack of a better word, a substitute for the fine dining experience. If you're looking at the higher end of the casual dining spectrum, that is definitely a place where a lot of people will get into, and a space that is going to grow quite well and quite rapidly.
Whatever happens in the world makes its entry into India via Bombay. Delhi, it catches up. Pune is this Bangalore. These are the 4 cities which it all happens. So yes, it's happening because people from all over, all the states of India are traveling, and nothing is more glamorous and attractive right now than the food industry.